Hello. We're going to give this about 30 seconds before we get started, but I'm very excited. My new game, my second ever published game, is releasing. We've got it finally in stores today, so I'm just going to do a quick box opening on it, but we're going to give people, I don't get 30 seconds to get in here, so I'm going to talk to Sean and Brent and Raven back there too about whatever we want to talk about.
Well, before we introduce this then, what was your first published game?
Meeple Towers came out during the pandemic in 2020. We still have, actually we're almost out of copies. Like we ordered a ton of them and there's not many left. I think this is the last one the store has in stock actually. I think we might have one, maybe two at the Orlando store, maybe a couple of other Coliseums, I don't know. But yeah, this was both, I mean, that one didn't take as long to make for some reason, but this one, man, I was working on it for so many years. Like in my notes, I started it in around 2017, and it went through so many different iterations. Like first it was Vikings, then it was Pirates, and then Gray Fox signed it, and it became Pirate. They're like, "How do you feel about Vikings?" I'm like, "Yes." I love the.
Everyone loves Vikings.
Yeah, well, and the Champions of Midgard universe is great, and Champions is one of my favorite games. So, it's yeah, it was a long time coming. The pandemic slowed things down by at least 2 years, if not more, when that happened. So, but here we are. We've got it now.
So was Meeple Towers thought up as kind of like, did you take a break while developing this one and develop that one, or?
No, like unfortunately, I'm too scattershot. Like I hop project to project to project unless like there's a focus. Like, oh, I got this signed, and the publisher's asking for A, B, and C. Okay, I need to do A, B, and C. So like when this was with Gray Fox early on, and they rethemed it, and finally after the pandemic, they're like, hey, we want to see, like, it's good, we want to keep it, we want to publish it, but can you do, A, B, and C to it? And I said, yeah. And so like then it's like, okay, I shelved everything else, and like this is my focus, I need to get the A, B, and C working. We made it work. So
Gotcha. Do you have any others in the pipeline right now, or is
nothing signed? I'm always working on a bunch of projects.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, my notes are extensive and embarrassingly just too much. But, all right, let's go ahead. I guess we can get started, right?
All right, let's do it.
So we're gonna do a box opening. This is Reavers of Midgard, the card game. I guess I'll put that right there. I don't know, let me know if I need to move it or whatever. So rule book. The rules are actually not too long. Some good examples in here. There's some explanations of the locations, but the rules themselves are like just a couple of pages, really, like explaining how to play the game. So I'm pretty happy with that. All like my I could not have done this without dozens of people's support and help and love, and I appreciate everybody that's here. And I probably missed a couple of people that aren't credited enough, but the Orlando Board Game Playtest group that we meet. So here's a plug for them. They meet at the East Colonial store every Thursday night at 6 o'clock and play test games. So we've got every player is going to get a screen when they play of the different colors and different
nice.
Like symbols that they represent, their clan represents, and inside you've got your tips, your game round, how negotiations work, and then end game scoring. So everything you need like that to play the game is basically on the screen, really. Like once you understand the basic rules. End of game scoring track. So in the regular like retail version, we have the Kickstarter version, but in the retail version, everybody gets chipboard. They're actually very thick. I don't know if you can tell how thick they are from this or not, but they're good chunky tokens. They punch out easy, nice and thick. But for the Kickstarter, those are all replaced by lovely, lovely wooden pieces, and I'm so happy with how they all came out, like the icons and everything. Also, here's another interesting. I'm going to do this one first real quick, but metal coins.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So the gray ones are ones, the gold ones are fives.
Oh, nice.
I hadn't seen those in person until I went to Gen Con a few weeks ago, but I'm super happy with how
I love games that like come with props, so I like that kind of stuff. It makes it feel more authentic.
You've got your colored Viking boats that you're going to move around to the locations on the board. This is a Kickstarter exclusive also, the animal-shaped score tokens that correspond with your faction color. We've got so the 3 different types of locations, things you can pillage: farms, towers, and walls. You've got the terror tokens, they call them, like if you can't... because it's part negotiation game, and if you can't agree with somebody, you're going to get a negative token. But what are you doing in the game? I'm not going to run through it real quick, just kind of show you as I open items here. Just go ahead and do that. You're going to have in the middle of the board, you're going to have these location cards. Backs are meaningless. Fronts, you put a number in play depending on how many people are playing the game. You're going to have these out in front of you in the middle of the board. And then, oh, I probably should have like pre-punched this, pre-opened this a little bit. Not the end of the world. We can probably open that really quick. So these locations, you notice at the bottom of the location, there's some different icons, and those correspond with like the coins and the farms and the towers and that kind of stuff. Okay, these are, so there's going to be a market with different Vikings you can hire for your crew. They'll have a cost. They have like a multiplier they provide, and some of them, actually lots of them, will have like something at the bottom that gives them a way to score. So like this one actually is going to negate those, give you a point for those negative tokens.
The art's really nice too.
Yeah, I love how the art came out. Okay, the cards I'm looking for are in here because there's a randomizer for the game when you're playing. You play 10 rounds, and each round you're going to have one of these cards flip up that's going to tell you what kind of loot to spawn. So like this one's going to spawn double gold. Anywhere there's gold, that spawns, but twice. Like that, the farms will spawn wherever you see a farm on one of the locations, etc., etc. So that's how you spawn the loot. You're going to have, oh, I'm right here. So these are all the different character cards. So the colors are going to correspond with your boats and your faction color and your symbol. But all this is, everyone has an identical hand, and they all match the locations. So the port, and then 1 through 6 for the different places. And so you're going to have a hand of these, and you're going to secretly pick, and you can negotiate, you can table talk. You're going to pick one, you're going to put it face down, everyone goes at the same time, and then everyone flips at the same time, and you move your boat to the right spot. And if you're by yourself, you get all the loot. If you're with anybody else, you have to negotiate who gets the loot, and automatically is going to be one of these terror tokens put into play. So that's all those. The only other thing of particular note is, oh, 2 things of note actually. Let's do this one. So each of the locations is going to have like a tile on it that's going to do some kind of ability you can do, or something that happens when you land there. And during the game, the round card will tell you if you flip that or not, and there's a different power on the other side. The port flips, and so you're doing different things there. You're buying things differently at different rates, maybe you're selling at different rates, etc. Then the other thing that happens is the green card that's on these guys, and that's this last pack I'm going to open here. Come on, it'll open. No, you must open. There we go. But there's treasure to be had in the form of these cards. So there's lots of different ways to score. Getting gold, hiring crew, raiding the villages, etc. But like the other thing you can do is get these loot cards, and like, so this armor, for example, if you have 1 armor, you're looking to get a full set of it of 6 pieces. So 1 is worth 1, 2 is worth 2. Oh, we get, once you have 3 pieces, it's worth 6. If you get 6 pieces, you're worth 30 points. So you're trying to maximize your points and get higher multipliers, things like that. Some of these will key off of some of the crew you're getting, because some of those guys like to get different stuff. But this is my first time really being, I mean, I saw a copy at Gen Con, but I haven't really touched it a whole lot. There's a couple of promo cards that come with it that are in the box, as well as another one that came separately as another bonus.
Nice.
$45. I'm super proud of it. I'm still kind of like seeing the pile of them over there is just very, it's got a little bit surreal, but that's everything that's in the box, which is, I'm so happy. Let's see, what are we doing? So part of the reason we're doing this video is to show off what we've got in the store. It is available right now at all, pretty much every Coliseum of Comics location, if I'm not mistaken. But we're doing demos, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is, what's tomorrow? I've lost track. 4th?
It's the 23rd.
23rd, sorry. So Friday the 30th at the East Colonial Coliseum of Comics. I'm going to be running demos from 6 till 10 if you want to come try it out. And then here at the CLERMONT store, I'm going to be running demos Friday, September 6th from 5 till 8 till store close. So stop on by. I'm happy to teach you. The staff will be happy to talk it up and show it to you. I think that's it, unless you got any questions, Sean, or I see Brent kind of wandering over now.
Aaron,
yes.
At these demos, could you teach someone like me who doesn't play board games how to play?
It is a very easy game to learn, actually. Like, the rules are very simple. Like I was showing him, like, everything you need to know is in the inside of you've got a character screen you can keep your loot behind. So pretty much everything you need to know is back there.
Awesome. Great.
But so it's light negotiation, set collection, and a little bit of chicanery and sneakiness, to how you negotiate with people and what promises to be made later, that kind of thing.
So even if you're not into board games and you're looking to get into board games,
yes, this is a new player-friendly game. I made it that way on purpose. I think anybody could. It says 14 and up. Maybe a kid a little bit younger. I think kids might have a little bit of trouble understanding some of the concepts of some of the subterfuge that happens in it from time to time, but or maybe how to evaluate and what kind of stuff to go for. But yeah, it is a anyone friendly game. It doesn't matter if you've played a game before or not. You'll pick it up very easily. It only takes 30 to 60 minutes to play. Almost every game I've played is 45 minutes on the nose, and it almost doesn't matter how many people are playing, because everyone's choosing where they're going at the same time. 2 players versus 6 players, it doesn't matter. Speaking of 2 players, before I forget, there is a 2-player variant to the game, because otherwise 2 people negotiating with each other, and how does that work? But there's a dummy player that kind of rolls through the locations, so you know where they're going to be going and what they're going to be doing. So you can play it with 2. I recommend it with 5 or 6. It's a great with a group of people. When you're sitting around and you got 6 people at the table and everyone's kind of, 2 sets of people have landed together and they're negotiating and bickering about who gets what, and okay, well, if you take this now and then I'll give you this later next time we run into each other, and maybe they do, maybe they don't.
It seems like it's very active. There's not a lot of downtime or anything.
Downtime, and everyone, it's a very interactive game. There's some games where people say, oh, it felt like I was playing a spreadsheet by myself, and oh, I happen to get more points than that person. We didn't interact, but this is full interaction game basically.
And it's not like a movie. Do we need to have played the other Midgard games at all?
It takes some of Reavers of Midgard. There is a Reavers of Midgard game, and this is Reavers of Midgard, the card game. It's just the same in spirit as far as it's the Vikings going and pillaging farms, walls and towers, that kind of thing.
As Vikings will.
Yeah, that one was a dice placement, very involved worker placement game. Local designer as well, actually, J.B. Howell. Shout out. Good game. This one takes the concepts from the scoring and just the thematics from it, as opposed to some of the other games. So some of the other games you're fighting trolls and Draugr and things like that, whereas this one you're looting settlements and you're competing to become the most decorated in the eyes of the Jarl, that kind of thing.
Nice.
So there you go.
Heck yeah. So hey, if you're new to board games, want to get into board games, love card games, love us, love Aaron, love Vikings.
The list goes on. This is the game for you.
You sound like you're reading off a script, but not.
I've been giving him acting lessons.
Yeah. So, cool. Well, that's all we got then, guys. We hope to see you at the demos next Friday at East Colonial, like I said, and then 2 Fridays from tomorrow here at Claremont.
Yeah, so make sure to stop on by. I mean, what other opportunities are you going to be able to get with the game creator to help you learn how to play the game? Looks super fun. Again, obviously, most of you know me. I'm not big into board games, but this looks awesome, and I'm excited to try it out. I'm going to check it out. Aaron's a great teacher, and he's super proud of it, and we're all super proud of him. So,
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, sir.
Thanks for being cameraman, Sean.
You're welcome. See you all later.